Be very special loving mahalo to Mr. Tom Martin, who's always gracious enough to allow us to come out and do a couple of songs so we can beat our idols. Yeah, he's the man. Sing along. My dear, I sprung out to try to love to when I and my love was just for
The Hawaiian Moving Company is back twice every Sunday night. The guy you're about to meet is seen on television all over the state of Hawaii. He's in the opening sequence of this program, actually. The world's youngest Elvis was at the time something so unusual we put it right up front. Well, guess what? Time marches on, and now Bruno, 10 years later, is in our entertainment spotlight again.
You ain't nothing but
He was just 4 years old back in January of 1990 and got his first taste of fame. As the world's youngest Elvis impersonator, this hip-thrusting, tune-belting local kid found himself on CNN, the Arsenio Hall Show. He even got a bit part in the movie Honeymoon in Vegas.
When we were touring, the Love Notes were touring in Japan, my dad pulled me up on stage and I did like this weird move with my hips, I guess. And we got a tremendous applause, and that's how it all started.
With his dad, who was one of the Love Notes, on stage with him, Makiki boy Bruno Hernandez was really turning heads all over the country. Not bad for a little kid who wasn't even old enough for his 6-year molars and barely old enough to go to school.
Ever since I went on stage and got the big applause, I've been addicted to the attention.
Well, it's been nearly 10 years since we caught up with Bruno. Now, this 13-year-old 8th grader at Stevenson Intermediate is still standing center stage and commanding an audience like never before.
Just say you will, say you will, say you will, say you will, say you will.
nowadays I'm moving on, moving past the Elvis stuff because it's still a lot of fun to do, but I'm trying to get a little bit more experience with the show business. I'm doing a lot of other stuff right now.
Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, lift my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. You know your love.
For being so young and stuff and going all around the world and, Arsenio Hall and CNN, it's real crazy when you think about it because I barely even remember the stuff that I did, but it was real fun, and hopefully I can do it again.
Never show his face again. Sing on. You know your love is lifting me up higher. Oh, lifting me higher and higher, higher.
Although Bruno's moving on with his style, he's still hooked on the 50s music that started his career. And with the love notes still behind him, he belts it out like a seasoned pro.
My plans for the future are, get my grades up and go to college and hopefully be a famous entertainer.
Thank you. It's Bruno and the Love Notes.
Meet Bruno, the boy who would be king, or at least do a pretty good impersonation of him. At just 6, this pint-sized Presley holds the dubious distinction of being the youngest professional Elvis impersonator in the world.
When I was a baby, my dad wanted to call me Elvis. So when he called me that, and then now look what happened.
Yes, from his lips to his hips, this kid is all Elvis. Bruno's mom and dad confess to being Hawaii's biggest Elvis fans, a point that's proven by the fact that by day they run a shop in Waikiki's international marketplace called Elvis, 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 the all Elvis shop. Bruno was inspired by the store. So you may be asking yourself, what's this precocious Presley clone like offstage? Well, this is Bruno's Graceland, and it's here at home that Mom and Dad work awfully hard to make sure things are as normal as they can be for all their kids.
I guess the most important thing in our lives, or things, is our spiritual faith, our family, and our music. In that order.
I know to follow so.
I guess a family that plays together stays together, as they say.
I like to play sports, yeah. My brother, football.
We're always together. And I think that's the key answer in today's crazy mixed up world to keeping your children on a straight path and giving them something to aspire for.
And Bruno, for one, has no small aspirations.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Elvis, like now.
Recently, a tabloid claimed Bruno is actually Elvis reborn. They even compare his picture as a 4-year-old to one of Elvis at the same age to make a case for reincarnation. Well, I don't know about that. But I do know that 6 nights a week, the spirit of Elvis is alive and well in Waikiki. A pretty...
More like a beauty queen from overseas. I said no more.
learn to do it. You wanna do some more, I'm gonna warm you up. Do it just right, I'm gonna warm you up. Warm you up. Your body's getting ready for what we gotta do. I'm gonna warm you up. Roll your head and shoulders, go round and round. Forgetting us and limber is the best I found. I'm gonna warm you up. Do it just right, I'm gonna warm you up. Warm you up. Your body's getting ready for what we gotta do. I'm gonna warm you up. Arms go round in circle, getting bigger one by one. Soon you'll be a bending, it's the best I've found. I'm gonna warm you up. Do it just right, I'm gonna warm you up. Warm you up. Your body's getting ready for what we gotta do. I'm gonna warm you up. Lay down, stick your legs up, drop your toes behind your head. Until we're stretched without a catch, you know I always say, gonna warm you up. Do it just right, I'm gonna warm you up. Warm you up. Your body's getting ready for what we gotta do. I'm gonna warm you up. Kneel and stretch by leaning backward, don't you fall. Our song is nearly finished, it's just about all. I'm gonna warm you up. Do it just right, I'm gonna warm you up. Warm you up. Your body's getting ready for what we gotta do. I'm gonna warm you up. Now you're ready for some steady exercise. Yeah. Take my whole life too. I can't help falling in love with you.
Yeah, this is the Big Bopper speaking. Do I what?
Pete Hernandez loves showbiz, and he loves the 50s. As the manager of the Love Notes, and better known as Dr. Doo-Wop, he's been a part of Hawaii's oldies singing sensations for 13 years.
Chantilly lace and a pretty face and a ponytail hanging down, a wiggling walk and a giggling talk. Lord makes the world go round, round, round. Ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl.
50s music is the best music because it was very simple music, very emotional music, and it was my era.
Let's go to the hot. Everybody.
With aunties, uncles, and a wife in the show, it was only a matter of time before the younger generation wanted their chance in the spotlight. It seems that chance came a little earlier than most folks thought it would.
I kind of got the feeling he was into Elvis when, at about the age of 2, he figured out how to operate the VCR, and he used to rewind it, cue it up, all of the Elvis movies from our collection, and he used to pick out certain segments and practice the choreographies and the vocal parts, and he has stopped since.
At age 4, Bruno Hernandez must be the youngest Elvis impersonator in the world. He's got the look, he's got the moves, and most of all, he's got the enthusiasm.
I like his dance and I like his singing. I like his lip.
business is great for me because I've been at it for about 25 years. My dad was in show business, and I couldn't be prouder than to have my youngest son in show business at this time.
After a mandatory nap from 3 to 6 and a pre-show sign in, little Elvis is ready to rock and roll. And doing a double Elvis impersonation with his uncle seems to be the highlight of this pre-kindergartner's day.
I like doing those because I love them.
I think Bruno has realized or sees what incredible presence Elvis Presley had as a performer, as an entertainer. And that presence has obviously affected the whole world, several generations, and he's one of the youngest that it's really had an impact on.
You ain't nobody.
Let's see. At age 4, Bruno could still have